All right, everybody, and welcome to a day in the life of Dani and Giacomo.
Hey Xander, he greets me every single morning, and this is a nice time for me. I wake up before Danny so I get to chill a little bit and plan my attack for the day, have my morning cup of coffee, put a little bit of stevia in there, and sort of think about what to do. Xander tolerates me in the morning. He's really just waiting for his mommy, but he keeps me company too, which is really nice.
I will never get up at the same time as Giacomo. I am not a morning person whatsoever.
Yeah, and in about another minute or so, Xander will just be waiting by the door, scratching and meowing, waiting for Danny. So I like to check my phone, catch up on social media and whatnot, take a look at what's in my inbox, emails and work and stuff, and of course take the puppies out after they're fed for their morning walk.
This is Jerome, the white chihuahua, and the black and brown dog is Joey, and he's a dachshund. They're both about 7.
Joey's looking around if there's anybody at all outside. He's curious. And now it's time for Mommy to wake up, and as you're going to see, every single animal is going to be bum rushing her, and they literally just wait by the door and sit vigil until she wakes up.
It's pretty much the best way to wake up ever, to be surrounded by animals. I can't be mad about it any day of my life. Even when I really don't want to wake up, this is better than any alarm clock ever. So they all come up and give me kisses, and it's pretty awesome. Sometimes Jerome runs out and grabs me a toy so that I'll be proud of him. So I usually lie here and do this for about 5 to 10 minutes every day. And then the first thing I do when I get up is I make the bed. This is a habit that I got into about a year and a half ago, but it's really an exercise in futility because the second I make this bed, the animals just go in and get underneath the covers and mess it all up. So we don't go too nuts making the bed in the morning. It looks like I walk away here, but I swear I did finish it. And then I come out and I get my lifeblood. Giacomo has his coffee with the unsweetened vanilla almond milk, but I find that it breaks in coffee and just doesn't really do much for the taste of it at all. So I use the unsweetened soy milk. It doesn't break in the coffee, and even a little bit makes it really creamy. And we are 2.5 weeks out from our next show as of the recording of this video. So using stevia in the coffee, and it's basically my reason for getting up. And then, like Giacomo did earlier, we sit on the couch and I usually catch up on important emails and messages from my clients that need to be dealt with as soon as I see them. And I glance through social media. I like to check Instagram when I wake up.
And while I'm in between checking emails and seeing what we need to do for the store and whatnot, I'm also plugging in my food, getting ready, and over here I'm putting some branched chain amino acids in. I like to weigh my supplements as well as my food, just for consistency, so I know exactly what I'm getting in. It's easier to track that way.
Giacomo spends a lot of time making his supplements. I didn't even film mine. It takes me about 30 seconds to get my supplements together. And then I go into the bedroom and I meditate for about 20 minutes. This is a pretty new habit, but I've been super consistent with it, and I found it to be really helpful with my mind for the rest of the day. And then we have a really, really tiny kitchen. You're seeing the whole kitchen here, and we share it while we're making breakfast, and it always looks like the Three Stooges in there.
You know, we've gotten pretty good at working around each other, even though there's barely any space. Somehow we manage to make it work.
So my breakfast on prep right now is Eve's Canadian bacon. I use low-carb pitas, and I make this mixture of tofutti cream cheese and a low-sugar jelly, and I mix it together and spread it on the pita and cut it into little chips, and it's absolutely delicious, and I look forward to it every single morning.
I've actually copied her idea because it is that good.
There you go, you can see it here. It kind of looks like vomit or something like that, but it's just tofutti cream cheese and Smucker's low-sugar strawberry jam. Oh, yeah, that's salt I'm putting on there because I put salt on everything. Salt makes even sweet stuff better.
Yeah, sometimes we have food with our salt too.
And there's my breakfast.
Sometimes I like to spread my stuff on the bread and whatnot, and sometimes I like it on the side and I spread it as I eat. Over there I got some oatmeal in the center. Oatmeal is very slow digesting, so I like having it before my workout. Keep me full.
The next thing I do is sign onto my computer and look at some of my clients' check-ins that they've sent me overnight and get anyone that has been sent in early in the morning to me out that day so they have their updates. And then I like to plan my day in my little journal and write down stuff that I am grateful for.
And it's time to head down and head out, check the mail, see if we've gotten any inventory in that we need to restock, regular mail, personal stuff, whatever.
This is when we go downstairs, which we just did. This is when we're going to work. This is when we go to work at Vegan Proteins. Step one is to check the mail, because a lot of times we get products in the morning for orders that need to go out that day, so we started off by checking the mail. Office was closed at this point, hence Giacomo's sadness. Now we are filling the orders that came in since the day prior at Vegan Proteins. This is where the magic happens. These are the thank you notes that you guys get, and little plant bolt stickers and coupons and things like that.
Sometimes we get a chance to decorate ahead when it comes to the boxes, and sometimes we don't.
And then while I'm filling the orders, Giacomo sits at the computer and, geez, I don't know, what do you do at that computer?
All the things. Administrative work.
And here is the decorating of the boxes you have all come to know and love. It's pretty fun. I still like doing it. I'm not sick of it.
I was about to say the same thing even after all these years.
Yeah. And I know that it puts a smile on people's face, so it's totally worth it.
So we got some new inventory, and I'm just putting that on the shelves.
This is the front end of the office. This is where all the product is. PB2. Gotta love that. And then we head out to the gym. Usually at this point, it's around noon, maybe 1 o'clock. We really like going to the gym at that time of day. Oh, on our way to the gym, we drop off any international orders. This one, I believe, was to the Czech Republic, I think, on that day. And our gym is not even a mile away. So we drive there and go on in. Around noon, it's pretty dead, so we love it. We don't have to fight for machines. Giacomo and I have our special spot on the bench where we sit down and talk about what workout we're going to do and take our pre-workout supplements and just mentally get ready for the beating that we're about to take.
Exactly. I like that I started this routine, and you came and you joined me. Over here I'm doing some leg presses. Today was a hypertrophy day for me, so I'm doing higher volume, higher reps. So something that you'll notice is I start breathing really heavy, and what I'm doing is I'm bracing my core as the exercise gets more challenging for me, and I'm engaging, and that's allowing me to continue to push the weight by using more of my core than just my legs.
This day was chest, shoulders, and back for me, I believe. Also, starting off with compound movements, which I did an incline dumbbell press for each body part, and then moving on to more isolated movements. So this is my first shoulder exercise. It's a plate-loaded hammer strength type of shoulder press machine. I used to be totally against machines, and I've come to find that some of them are really, really good. So it's good to switch it up, give your muscles different angles, different types of lifts, and these faces that I'm making here are basically why I have no friends at the gym. So.
Right here I'm doing some speed squats. I work on speed, power, and hypertrophy 3 days a week. One different each day. This day is a blend of both speed work and hypertrophy. I'm not really going up that fast. I was supposed to do these first, but I wound up doing the leg press first and just going with the flow because the squat rack was taken.
But I bet they felt fast while you were doing them.
Yeah, it was. Squats are my favorite thing in the entire world. I feel like my body's just built for them.
Not me. So this is a reverse pec deck here, and that's working my rear delts, which are a really important body part for figure, and they're usually pretty weak. We usually check in on each other a couple times throughout the workout, make assholes out of ourselves.
Pretty much.
And just see how the other one's doing.
Feed off each other's energy.
Close grip lat pull downs. I'm currently dealing with a couple nasty elbow injuries, so everything has to be done neutral grip that can be. to help not make my elbows worse. These were really hard. It was basically my body weight, and I couldn't get as many reps as I wanted to. And this is another, I literally call this the weird pull-down machine. If you could see it from the side, it looks like a seesaw. It's huge and it's awesome. This is occlusion training. So as you can see, I have wraps around my arms. They're cutting off the blood flow to my arms so the blood can get in, but they can't get out. And that basically gives you the same muscle growth response without putting so much stress on your joints.
Over here, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm wearing a different shirt. It's at this point in the workout where I'm just absolutely drenched, and it's the only workout I have to bring a change of shirts. It's a combination of lunges and leg extensions that get me there, and now I'm finishing off with some leg curls, doing a cluster set.
And again, since we're 2.5 weeks out from our next show, this is me doing part of a really brutal cardio workout. I only do HIIT as my cardio, and I prefer to do hill sprints. This is 5.5 incline and 11.5-ish speed. 20 seconds on, 1 minute and 40 seconds rest, and I do that 12 times. It's a nightmare. I want to puke every time.
This is one of the only days of the week where I'm actually done before Dani. It's freaking amazing. Oh, gosh. So anyway, I'm getting my post-workout supplements in, and I got a little Smarties lollipop to the left over there. The dextrose, I like to get it into my body right away, and it ties me over, and it gives me a quick spike in insulin. That way I can, get some glycogen into the muscles, and then when I go home, I'll eat the rest of my meal.
And from here, I would say every other day, probably several days a week, we go right next door to the gym. It's in the same plaza, and that's our grocery store. So most people go to the grocery store like once a week and get a big bunch of groceries. We go just about every other day, it seems like. They know us pretty well there.
I mean, especially now when you're dieting down for so long, you want what you want. And every day, I mean, if you have a different craving for something, you want to be able to go get it.
If you're Giacomo, because I eat the same shit every day.
That's true, actually, where I like to eat a variety of things.
And this is what it looks like when you enter the Vegan Proteins office. So this is the office, the warehouse, but this is also where we live. So kind of stuck here. We're rapidly running out of space. And right around here is a set of stairs, and we go upstairs, and that is our living space. So it's a little strange to have the kitchen upstairs, I guess, but this is a work-live space, and that's what we do. This is Xander, following me around all the time.
Pretty much like your tail.
Yeah, basically.
The excitable Joey.
And this is our kitchen, living room. Our actual living space is pretty small. So this is our grocery haul for the day. We pretty much always have our proteins already at the house. We rarely run out of those because we get them in bulk. So we go to the store and get other stuff. Vegetables that we go through very quickly. Zucchini, broccoli. We get iceberg salad, not because it is the healthiest salad, but because we love the crunch. Potatoes, peaches, bagels. And then I usually make my post-workout meal before Giacomo does. He's usually sitting on the couch planning out his meal.
Right, well, I think I also give you the chance to make yours first because you've been dieting for longer than I, and it's more of just a respect thing, to give you the chance to eat first.
And I can make my entire meal in under 5 minutes.
Well, there's that, too.
So this is, I don't know if I show you this. Yeah, I guess I do. It's a salad with pickles, lupini beans, broccoli, Canadian bacon, and a peach. And then I plug in my food that I've already had and just make sure that I'm on track for the rest of the day in my Fitness Pal.
Today I was in the mood to make some interesting and fun foods, and I know I post a lot of pictures like that, so I figured it would be cool to do. I have a burger and a pizza pancake, fit quick pizza style. And what else is in there? Some ice cream. Yeah, can't do without ice cream. Caramel and chocolate syrup on top, some wink, and some pretzels over there too with some mustard that our friend from Germany gave us, Arvid.
See, that's just too much work for me. When I get home from the gym, I just want to eat. So then as soon as we usually chill for about a half an hour, and then we walk over to our other office, which is just in the building next door. This is originally my office, but we both like working there now. And half of it is my office right there. And the other half is our little at-home gym.
And the whole thing is like a sanctuary, a home away from home.
Yeah, we love our animals, but sometimes you just need a little bit of quiet to really focus. So he has his computer, he's working on plant-built stuff, and I have my computers and I'm working on my clients and books.
Now it's time for our podcast.
Yeah, this is where we record our podcast because it's always quiet, and this week we were recording a topic about self-acceptance versus self-improvement. Can you have them both? Do you have to pick, etc., etc., and that should be up either tomorrow or the following night, depending on when this goes up. Then we pose.
Yeah, one of my favorite things to do as well, especially with you, Dani. It's just so much fun. It almost feels like you're in a lineup.
So at 2.5 weeks out, I mean, we really need to be posing every single day. We only do it for about 20 to 30 minutes or so, but you have to nail it because it doesn't matter how good your physique is. If you can't hold it long enough or pose it properly on stage, you're not going to do well.
And over here, I'm practicing my evening routine, and right about, where is it? Now, you'll see I just messed up, but you gotta keep going anyway. It's important to improvise.
And figure's boring, and we don't get a routine. We get this little walk. So I tried to make it as creative as I possibly can. But, you know, you're in 5-inch heels, and you have to walk in a very, very, like, overtly feminine manner, and it just feels silly. So it's something I have to nail down.
These evening walks with the puppies, I live for these.
Yeah, we go for a walk with the dogs for about 45 minutes every single night.
It's nice. We get to talk about our day, what we're thinking. We get the creative juices flowing. The puppies are happy.
And this is when we come home, we hang out with the animals more. Feed the dogs. We actually have 2 cats. One of them hasn't been in this video at all. So Xander, you've seen, he's everywhere. And then we have another rescue cat. Her name is Nimble, and she's a little shy.
Yeah.
And then right now it's about probably 10 or 10:30 at night, and I'm making my dinner, and Giacomo will be doing the same. So our days are really much later than most people's days. Go flex off in the kitchen. I'm having Beyond Meat chicken strips, broccoli with Daya cheese, and a little bit of Canadian bacon on top of them. And then I make a sort of a homemade low sugar barbecue sauce out of low sugar ketchup, sriracha, and a barbecue seasoning. And yes, I do use the microwave. I use a combination of the oven and the microwave because when you're dieting and prepping this hard, you want that food like yesterday. You don't want to wait for it to cook on the stove at all.
Oh yeah, and right here I'm hanging out plugging in my food while Dani's making hers. And you'll see I'll be chopping up some zucchini and then throwing into a spiralizer to make zucchini noodles. And this is just a very voluminous bowl. It's very filling. I mean, for example, I could get a full zucchini for maybe 6 grams of carbs and it fills up my entire plate. So that's a little trick that I use when I want to have some fun foods. I'll throw in a big plate of zucchini so I'm not going without.
Yeah, when you have a little kitchen and you want your food now, it's good that we found a way to take turns using the kitchen. And then we usually relax for about half an hour while we eat, maybe watch a sitcom or something. And then this is my last meal of the day. It's strawberries and a cheesecake dip made out of tofutti cream cheese and stevia. And then usually at the end of the night, we do whatever errands are left to be done around the house that we haven't done that day. Obviously, this is laundry. And then we try to unwind on the sofa for about, not even an hour, but this is Joey needing to be on top of us at all times.
He always has to be in between you, no matter how small the spot is, he'll squeeze into it.
Yep.
If you can see, there's also a hole on our couch. How many couches?
That's too much real life right there. That's where Joey has chewed through the couch.
Yeah.
Inevitably, Giacomo falls asleep on the couch, and I do my chores, my little nighttime ritual before I go to bed. It's doing the dishes, giving the dogs their medicine, and I always give Jerome peanut butter, making the coffee for the next day, making sure the animals have water. And just in general, tidying up while Giacomo naps on the couch. It's probably around 12:30 at night here. And then if I am feeling it, I'll go take an Epsom salt bath. Just dump about a cup or 2 cups of Epsom salt into the bathtub and soak in it for about a half an hour. Helps me unwind. And then I drag Giacomo's sleeping body to bed.
Well, I don't want to go to bed without you. I'd rather sleep on the couch and wake up miserably to get to bed than go to bed without you.
And then I just jotted down in my journal how my day went, anything I have to do tomorrow, And then I try to end my night with about 15 to 20 minutes of meditating, and oftentimes I'll fall asleep while I'm doing that.
And that's a 100% typical day in our life.
Yep.